So I wanted to share this with everyone and that listens to our channel that the topic of Area 58 in Nevada was something that we talked about in, I believe, the first discussion. It came up in January 13th, 2023. Maybe it came up in passing with Peter before then, but I didn't really dig too deep into some of my older shows. But I do see that this topic came up at that time, and Peter began to reveal the information. So on January 13th of 2023, and it was on Galactic Talk. This is the show that Taino did an interview with Peter and I, and we had this discussion a while back in time. And I know that it's getting to be an interesting topic, but in order for people to understand exactly what was said, it's best to go to some of these shows. And then there was another show that Taino did again on DARPA Area 58. And here again, like I said, Peter leaked this information, shared it with the public, and now it's becoming popular. But we don't mind, I just wanted to make sure that people have questioned whether or not, we're credible, and we've been putting out information for years. And I will continue to, I promise, I will continue to put out facts and proof that what we've been saying, not only others are looking into it and discovering that it is true, but that also for more safety purposes and more legitimate purposes, not just for popularity reasons, we have been providing this information to help people know what's coming up, what's right around the corner. And if, they're not taking us serious, we're not getting the information out. So it's not like, trying to say, oh, well, they're talking about it. We already talked about it earlier, but we did talk about it earlier. And the reason why I want people to look at it is to make sure that what we said about it is the part that you need to understand, and the origin of where it came from. Another topic too that you may want to look into is we began talking about Archive 81, and that also is related to going into the Mars. It's a portal into Mars, in which Area 81 was mentioned on a show with Taino's show, and Olaf and Peter the Insider was there to discuss it in October 30th, 2022. And I founded this show online and saw a parallel to something very important. And then Peter identified that that's what it was. It was connected to a Mars base. So, and we talked about it multiple times. I also did another show on it called The Dangers of Astral Projection, Archive 81, Lock and Key, and more. And I give, some of my insights on it. But these are areas that Peter has talked about. And if you haven't watched that show, Archive 81, then you should. So you kind of get a feel for what's going on, see if it triggers anything, any recalls. The same thing with Peter's earlier information about Area 58 in Nevada. So just some little bit of information towards the end of the show here to provide what's going on. Also, there's some activity over in CERN, and there has been some activity. So I think this show is very timely. Peter wanted to make sure we had it out as soon as possible. So I hope this is helpful to all of you as it is to us. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Welcome to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Marrocco. The ACIO has a long history of helping humanity from the deep recesses of time. This is the first time the ACIO has become available to the public aside from an earlier visitation by their 15th Division, the Wingmakers. Peter the Insider, originally from Slovakia, is the director of their 12th Division, and Jessica Arael Morocco is in Cicada 3301, their 6th Division. Together, they provide intel, insights on current events, a deeper perspective on aliens and UFOs, super soldier missions with Unit 374 in the merge, and news relevant for disclosure. Don't forget to subscribe to keep updated with our latest intel and post any questions and comments below.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We have another show with Peter the Insider, and we're going to get an update about what's happening right now. So without further delay, Peter, I'll let you just take over and give us some insight about what's happening.
So I want to say hello to you, Jessica, and to all of our regular and maybe not so regular listeners. I want to say, in the first place, good year, good new year, and a lot of health, because if you have health, then it's the basics. Okay, what is going on? And I was like, oh my god, this is not what we want to hear or what we want to see, and all kind of that stuff. And this is the stuff that they completely took control over the CERN. And there is a question, of course. It's like, okay, Peter, just be more precise, because who the heck they are? And that's the question. They are super small, but very powerful. It's like an army of ants, okay? But they are flying, okay? And that's the problem. You call them fairies. I don't know if they are fairies, but what I know for sure, that they are product, if we want to call them product, of monarch experiments, and they are taking control. Let's say they took control over most of this huge monarch facility, located. It's like dump, so not dump like being stupid, but deep underground military base in northeast US, in US Canadian border, near Great Lakes, and in the CERN. And I'm like, as I said, or as I mentioned in last show, they are small, they are fast, and that's the problem. Much faster than a bullet from bullet from
A gun?
Regular gun, regular weapon. Yeah, this is it, regular. And they've got super sharp wings, and they are not smiling, laughing, like doing such a crazy. No, don't laugh.
Oh, it just sounds funny.
Believe me, you will not. It took it funny. Believe me.
No, I know. Those are the ones that were involved in you getting hurt, right? Because they had sharp wings.
Yeah.
So did they take?
Not me. Chloe was hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, I was, or pretty much not I, but our mission. Kruger slash unit 374 slash SUSO, so that means special unit for secret operations, SUSO, you know. We were, I mean, our last mission was totally screwed, okay? Totally screwed. It was absolutely crazy. Okay, screw it. And then it happened, then, or let's say that they are taking over the whole dump of Monarch. And I'm like, oh my god. I mean, I hate Monarch, okay? I hate Monarch, but even though, or let's say despite that, oi, 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 oi. And they are small, I don't know, like approximately 1 inch. So that means 2.5 centimeters. And they are, oh my god, they are flying super fast, moving, my bad, changing directions in crazy ways, and no, let's say no animal in our fauna, you know, what we know, can do that. And it's the same crap as many people start to report in national laboratory, you know, Department of Defense. I mean, it is under Department of Defense in Los Alamos, you know. And we know that it was pretty much the Project Manhattan. It was the whole project was Project EA. I mean Epsilon, you know, and it was this test polygon, and there are those very weird UAPs, aka UFOs, and all kind of that stuff, and they start to make crazy things. And once again, who the heck are they? Okay, ask me easier questions. Even we in ACIO have no clue who the heck they are. Sometimes they are small, don't know, like 10 feet, aka 3 meters. They are like plate-ish, do you know what I mean? Shape. Or saucer if you want to call it that way. And sometimes they are very big. And it is not true, okay, it is not true that B-2 stealth bomber, it's man-made or human-made technology. Right. It's absolutely BS, because they reverse engineered slash back engineered it, and they still don't want to talk about that. And the problem is here that the real one, or the real ones, they start to go back, and they want them to pay the price. Do you know what I mean? And they just backcover the whole polygon. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And many people from Northrop, pretty much, they start to talk about that they were, or they are, but pretty much they were in the last few, I don't want to say weeks, few months, they were like, oh my god, I am followed, but not normally like do you know what I mean, like stalking via how can I say that, road wise, like with cars. No. And they believe, because they knew what they were working on, right? And they knew that it was like, okay, this is B2 stealth bomber, and it is not, because they saw it literally change and drastically change dimension. How can I say it? The size. Do you know what I mean? Dimensions. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I know it makes sense, but all of this is something like we need to make special shows about that, or special series of shows, because this is bad. This is bad. You know what I mean? We know, for example, that who the heck they are, it's crazy, because we never encounter with this ET slash extraterrestrial species. They are heavily monitoring all the nuclear power plants all over the world. I mean, especially these high power output ones. They are not all over in US. They are, worldwide. And that's the problem, that France is especially under attack, because in France the situation is very specific, right? It is very specific, because try to think, okay, one active nuclear power plant, nuclear reactor per 1 million of people. It's like approximately 75 or 80 millions of people living there. I was living there too, just by the way, for 10 years. So I know goddamn good what I'm talking about, and all kind of those things are, it is crazy big. And try to get, okay, like 3 meters, so it is like 10 feet, 10 feet triangle, and then bam, you've got 100 feet. What is 30 meters? And if you in the first place, if you are able to see that, you are like, oh my god, something is wrong here. And in the second place, it is just a matter of seconds how this device, I'm calling it device because it is not standard aircraft, what the heck it is, and you are seeing it, okay, you are seeing it. and people, I mean, as employees of Los Alamos and of Northrop Grumman, Northrop, and all kind of that stuff, they reported that to us. And people working, look, okay, I knew I'm a soldier, and I know you can't trick me, you cannot, okay. And people working in CIA and DARPA contacted me that they are feeling that they are in danger, and life danger, and their families are not are way out of comfort zone. And I'm like, oh my god, this is bad. You know what I mean? And it is not something, it is not like what we are talking about usually, like shadow group and all kind of that stuff, because even, from my point of view, they didn't understood in the first place. Oh my bad, sorry, the monarch, they didn't understood what they did. Once they started to mess around with these portals and all kind of that stuff, and then, or let's say now, but do you know what I mean? Then after they open the whole stuff, and they are like, oh my god, do you know what I mean? It
Yeah, they
from
open the
my point of
portals and
view, from my point of view, it was like, okay, we want to get certain progress because they are DOD. I mean, sorry, my bad. Department of Defense. We need to clear this, make clarification for those acronyms. Of course, American Department of Defense. We need to make some progress because they are paying crazy amounts of money for that. And now even they are afraid. I'm like, oh my god. And they are not playing it. I mean, do you know what I mean? How can I say, like, they are not pretending it, they are not acting it. And I'm like, oh my god, that's a problem. It is like in this movie, Houston, we've got a problem. But this is not a problem. Sorry, I am bumbling. Sorry for that. But I am just so full of impressions. Let's call it impressions. Sorry for that.
yeah, it's like you're waking up from the mission that you had, the last mission, which was really didn't go well.
Yeah.
And these, and I've seen UAPs or UFOs that will either change size, become larger, smaller, or smaller, larger, or different shapes from a triangle to a blob, or or it looks like it goes to a portal. So you got like a few different types of activity. So what you're saying is not that strange, but you're giving us a characteristic of what is going on here. So they came out of CERN, which I'm not surprised. And Monarch is doing more experiments. So they obviously got something that was organic and then turned it into metal.
Sorry for interrupting you. I know it is impolite, but not Monarch. Organic, okay? Chemical or inorganic. It is from Umbrella, just by the way.
Oh, because you said Monarch earlier.
Give me a second. Yes, technical stuff. It is provided by Monarch, okay? But this kind of, not like chemical and biological, but biochemical, what so forth it is. And do you know what? I even don't want to know, to be perfectly honest. No, I don't want to know.
Collaboration between Monarch and Umbrella that created.
You know what? It is pretty much like they want to get something in the first place, but now they are afraid. They are afraid, like super afraid.
Well, they're weaponizing things for a certain purpose, obviously, and so they're trying to block portals or do something. Is that what happened? You were going through a portal and these things arrived?
Definitely, you are right, because it's and that's the problem, that those, I don't want to call them fairies, but call them fairies because I don't know how to call them properly. And the problem is that they are goddamn good shapeshifters. They can be pretty much every type of animal.
Yeah.
I mean, not be, how can I say it correctly? They can transform to any type of animal, but any type of
human too, right?
Human too, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But do you know what is absolutely, what is terrifying me? They do not need any type of device, and they can move time. and I am not, I'm like, oh my God, this is bad. Because every single small stuff, and you need that to manipulate timeline, to travel either back in time or to the future, you know. And they, nope, for them, they have no limits, they have no boundaries, and I'm like, oh my God, this is bad.
I have a
and
question.
I mean, really bad.
So, you know, I'm in France. I told you I was in France. And twice since I've been here, a woman would show up and act really frantic around me, like it's an emergency, like someone's gonna die, you know, just like frantic, and then having to move past me or something like that. And it was just like out of nowhere, you know. We went into a restaurant and the waitress was, go over here, go over there, go over, you know, it was just like, it was crazy. And I was saying, there's something more to this. I felt like it wasn't right. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's like an anxiety, but it's frantic. It's very, very frantic.
Yeah, because certain people, they are, let's say, sensitive. They can pretty much, how can I say that? Okay, I've got an example, very good parallel. It is pretty much like we as a humans don't have our reception organs. So for example, we cannot receive quotes in quotes standard radio and TV frequencies, and do you know what I mean? We cannot transceive that. And try to think that somebody can receive something. But give me a second. This is only first half, okay, of this, the quotes in quotes, the situation. Because those people know goddamn good to which people they need to go and say what they were receiving. Do you know what I mean? So pretty much they, that's her. Do you know what I mean? But it is that kind of, how can I say it? It is like even they cannot think coherently, and even it's like that's her, that's she, and so on. And give me a second, even in their own language. Do you know what I mean? And give me a second, and she will go I mean around you and doing crazy stuff, and you're like, what the heck is
going? Because they're walking normal, and then all of a sudden they're like, you know, and I have to go. Yeah, it was like, it happened twice, and I was like, this is crazy. It didn't make any sense, and I knew there was something else going on, because they were walking slowly before, and then they kind of got near me, and then it was almost like they were activating something or spinning, you know.
Give me a second. This is it, what I'm talking about. This is it. Try to think how crazy it will be if you have certain ability to decode radio frequencies. No, I mean it for real. And even crazier, if you want to get it, even crazier, okay? That so if you go, please let me finish. That if you will go, or if you can go TV frequencies, you will be so overloaded that you will be you will end up, you will end up dead. After, I don't know, oh, I am very optimistic, 1 week. After 2, 3, or 4 days. Do you know what I mean? Because your brain and everything will be overloaded. And this is it. Whoever they are, we never encountered, as I said, we in ACIO, who the heck they are. We need to find out, okay? They are doing that. They are, let's say, spreading chaos. No, not chaos. The next level of chaos. It is a mayhem. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but it's like a high level, extreme level of anxiety. Extreme.
Yeah, exactly. So, secret, every single country in the world have secret programs. Like it or not. I mean, yeah.
I know that from traveling.
Third world countries, very poor countries, not. But normal countries, every single country which can be considered as a normal has this. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there are, my bad, places you simply cannot stop your car. You can't. Okay, and you just can't take photos. It's BS. You cannot. It's normal all around the world, and those places are very highly monitored by those, call them fairies, okay? And not only, as you said, not only dimensions, but even shapes of those UAPs. Okay, for people, they are used to get this acronym or abbreviation. And UFOs, not only dimensions, but the shapes are drastically changing. And even that, what I was like, I think it was in Congress. They played multiple of those videos. What the pilots saw.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, why in the world they never played videos when the jet fighters simply just like that vanished. They vanished without the trace. No, that's my question.
Yeah.
Because it looks like everywhere in the world you can talk about UFOs / UAPs, but in US, no, because you are a fool. I mean, how can I say it? You are considered to be a fool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's ignorant, or it's, well, just talking about fairies, Peter, is going into a questionable area for a lot of people. But you're trying to identify like a small being, and that's the way to categorize it, I guess. But it's not necessarily a fairy.
No. Give me a second. That's my, how can I say it? My personal name for them.
Yeah.
Because I really, my fault. We in ACIO don't know how to call them, so maybe they will be really, and I will not watch my language, pissed off at me. But with all the respect to those intelligent beings, because they are goddamn intelligent, we know that.
Yeah.
But they look like a fairies from. Do you know what? We've got somebody who collected. We in my country.
Hmm.
He was living in like 18, maybe 19th century. His name was Paweł Dobszyński, and he collected folk fairy tales. And they are pretty much there is pretty much like the whole section of his books. He wrote several books, and there is pretty much the whole section in one of his books about fairy of the fairy tales, right? So few of the his fairy tales were specially about fairies. I don't know what the heck should I think about fairies according to this to this
No, they're real, but they don't have sharp wings.
no, but give me a second. I don't think that they are that good.
They're mischievous, but they're not as like murderous or like doing horrible things. Usually, just playful mischief, like children, not usually that bad. Yeah, there's this, maybe the sprites are a little bit more aggressive, or
Yeah,
but this is a whole other level. But the Cordium talked to me, and they told me that they have enhanced, some of the beings have enhanced
give me a
their
second.
body
Who?
armor.
Give me a
The
second. Who?
Cordium, the Cordium.
Okay.
They said that they some of the beings have enhanced their body armor because so that it's more metallic, because of the density between the realities has gotten more
Yeah,
dense.
actually, density. Do you know what is absolutely crazy? That we left third array density. Okay, it's way too evident. But we are not in fourth array density. Oh, yeah, we are not, and we are not even in, let's say, third 3.5. So it is like in between 3 and 3.5, and I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? And those guys, I'm saying high scientific. It's way high my level of pay grade, if you want to call it that way. It's some sort of English phrase, and I'm like, what? And they said to me that it is how it is. That it is pretty much the do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The level how we, or let's say it is, because the level how we wicked our reality. And I'm like, what? This is bad.
So they've changed it because they don't want, they obviously don't want people like you going through and seeing what's happening in the future, because they want no interruption to their agendas. So they programmed and enhanced and done things. I'm not saying the Cordium didn't do this, the corporations, but it's getting to be known in the astral that these things have to be corrected or adjusted to be able to access the different spaces.
Corrected and adjusted, yeah.
Yeah. So, just like anything, if there's an anomaly, if it's raining outside, you have to have a certain outfit on, or snow, or it's the same thing. So,
And just by the way, it's so weird. Oh my god. I I mean, my bad. But especially I, because the whole mission, went to total crap. And of course, Peter PT Joker, and I was like, oh my god, what the heck is that? I have no clue, no goddamn clue which year it was. It wasn't 2077 because I don't know the flew at the speed of time and everything was different. And I was like, oh crap, cyberpunk reality all over again. You know, I don't know what is going on, what is so tempting for those who are screwing pretty much our missions, but what is so tempting to for them to interrupt our missions for cyberpunk reality, because it's just a, let's say, mistake in the system. For me, cyberpunk reality is not good reality.
No.
Because look, everything is artificial. Pretty much like and this is it. This is not Matrix reality. No, it is not, okay? But it is like you have this wheel. No, not wheel. Let's say ball, okay? And you have super small slot, okay? And it is those slots are so small, and of course super sharp. Oh my god, that's the reason. I don't know why the heck all over the time they are using these gloves in order not to get cut their fingers and all kind of that stuff.
Well, something like that could shred the body.
Yeah, but give me a
Not
second.
enough of
Give
them,
me,
they
give
could
me a
shred the
second.
body.
And the ball was super fast rotating, and I was like, oh my god, what the heck is that? And you know what it was? I didn't knew. I swear I didn't knew that it was, and this is it, some sort of copy of Akashic record, because they were my bad, but they will be super disconnected, total disconnected from nature, but it is like that.
Yeah.
Just because they are in the reality, call it cyberpunk reality, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they've got different year. I mean, do you know what I mean? In the future, I technically don't know if it is in our past, if it is approximately in the same time we are living, or it will be way in the future, because as I said, time correlation, zero chance. You cannot calculate it. It's absolutely crazy. Complicated math formula and blah blah blah, you know, all kind of that stuff. And then okay, and it is rotating, and as you go near and near to the ball start to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah, an important thing, the ball was some sort of like super bright amber.
Oh.
And then if it completely stopped to rotate, it was like a honey.
Mm-hmm.
Like a dark honey.
It's
like a dark honey. The color.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the heck is that? What are you doing? And then he made it was like how can I say it? Like cube, and he just picked the cube out of the slot, and yay! This will be our reality. And I was like, whoa, what? You can quote unquote pick up reality, and they are saying, yeah, we need to pick up reality for certain decisions. And I was like, Holy crap. So
those are from another universe, Peter. They're not from
but give me a second. They don't know their decisions because they were, I need to say, so degraded mentally, or let's say either this, or they, let's say there will be, or they are afraid or very afraid, do you know what I mean? Time correlation, absolutely crazy, that they will be like, oh my god, we need to do this in certain periods of time, and there will be alien invasion and all kind of that stuff. And I was like, oh guys, are you serious? And that was, or that is, or that will be, do you know what I mean, time correlation crazy, how it works at, give me a second, not every single day, but from time to time in cyberpunk reality. And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It was so crazy.
They're from another universe that came in and has integrated our space, and they have different rules and laws, but I think their effort is to destroy us, essentially. I think they're trying to kill the connection to the God source and create a total AI reality.
You know what? Total AI is perfect what you say, or what you said. My bad.
Yeah. So there's no consciousness. There's a complete
Nope.
separation from, and then what they'll do is they'll take us and just scrunch it down to nothing. Like computer chips keep getting smaller. They just bring us down to nothing, and then they take over our space. It's really weird because I've seen this. They've projected that to me, what their plans are, or maybe I picked it up. I heard it without them knowing. I don't know.
Yeah, because look, computer chips, it is help me, 2 nanometers right now, and they said that in one time frame, from 1 to 2, maybe 2.5 years, they want to, but give me a second, to masses, so to pretty much to commerce, okay? What it will be, 1.5, okay? I was like, what the heck? And they said it's a limit of technology. 1.5, maybe 1.8 or something like that.
Yeah,
nanometers.
Yeah.
And this is it. I mean, like, what the heck? And where are the trees? Where is the grass? Where are the animals? You don't want to talk with them? What? You are crazy. You cannot talk with animals and grass and so on. And I was like, how in the world it was possible that my grandfather was able to tame wild animals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I told that multiple times, plenty of times. He got owls, he got foxes, everything, you know.
Yeah, that's not easy to do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to be in their communication field, their conscious awareness, in order for you to communicate with them. So you have to have a higher
and of course he got the lynx and the wolves, just by the way. And I was like, and they are saying, nah, he can't. And I was like, no, he can.
Yeah.
He was able to do so. And even, I mean, of course, I don't dare to do so. but I can communicate with wild animals. I mean, my bad. I don't dare to tame them as a quote unquote pets. Do you know what I mean? But I can communicate with wild animals.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
believe you
people
can.
don't believe me. People
I
don't
believe.
believe.
Yeah. You can tell the people who can. You can tell because there's a different frequency about them that they can look into an animal's eyes and have that communication. And so you kind of
It was pretty much I don't want to fool you, either 8 or 10. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we were hunting. I was just a boy, and they were hunting, right? For a boar, wild boar. And there was, of course, Mama, the bear, right? With 3 small bears. And they were like, oh my God, we are dead, and all kind of that stuff. And I just look to her eyes, and she left us alone. And they are like, what? They were like, what in the world? And I was like, what's the problem? No, it really happened that way.
Yeah, I
And I
know.
was like, I think I was like 80 years or something like that. It I don't understand what's the problem of the people, because it is like, do you know what I mean? Just don't give them away from me my air conditioning, my Netflix, and my internet. Do you know what I mean? It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Sorry for that.
I want to. You're talking about some of your experiences in Tribec Mountains.
Oh my God, that was.
So this is
that
where you
was,
initially had the encounter with fairies, but they weren't metallic.
sorry. We are calling them fairies, so we don't know. No, give me a second, okay? They are not fairies. They look like a fairies, but not only people living in the Tribec and near Tribec Mountains. We are calling them in Slovak Republic and Czech Republic. We are calling them bludičky. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they are very bad. It is pretty much like they are super territorial. They are, oh, I get it. They are like hippos in Africa.
Hippos?
Super hippos, yeah. In Africa, they are super territorial. They are like, get the heck out of my property. But it is like, we don't want to hurt them. What the heck is going on? What's their deal? Oh my God. Do you have any idea?
No, that they are just protecting their space, like kind of like the hive. If you get too close to bees or hornets, they immediately get
Not hornets. Oh my God, hornets.
Yeah, if you're getting too close and you don't realize it, and that they send out their army around the perimeters. It's kind of funny, but very serious. If they were in our size scale, they'd be very dangerous to us because they're very, very good at their soldiering, right?
Yeah.
In protecting.
Give me a second. If you want, I have no problem to talk about our experience, what happened in Tribec. I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah, you said you went through a portal.
Yeah.
You were going on a mission, and somehow you were sent over to the Tribec.
It wasn't like sent over. It was, we were literally like shut out, like from the gun. Oh my God. And we were in Toronto, this huge, Toronto Tower.
Yeah.
And Chloe got this energetic, how can I say it? this energetic pulse or impulse or something like that. And she literally just get us from the whole part of the vantage point from the portal. But it was just a little bit too late, of course, or pretty much too early, which kind of, because it is like let's say from which side of portal you are talking about it, right? But it wasn't just a little bit because of going or went us to the portal, but something, some weird power just sucked us to the Tribec Mountains, and I'm like, oh my god, not Tribec in this part of the year, because Tribec is absolutely fine from let's say second half of March, or let's say second decade of March, right, to November, second decade of November. Maybe sometimes, according to situations and circumstances, you know. And the problem is, or was, that this you know, like being, we were there, or we ended up there, and I was like, oh my god, we heard, I am calling it kilowatt, like this kind of very weird sound. Yep. And then super loud, I'm just calling it, okay, because even we in ACIO don't have proper clarification what it is. I am calling it heartbeat, like something like that. And you cannot run away. You need to just to pretend that you are dead. Just
kind of like fear.
Get yourself, lie yourself to the ground, of course, with your face to the ground, and wait, and after like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, it is away. But the problem is that it periodically is, do you know what I mean, recurring, and I was like, oh my god. And after that, once whoever they are, because they are not fairies, aka Bludichki, it is the entity, or those are the entities, they really need their space, or want their space, the area protected. And we ended up, let's say, like totally exhausted in the first place, and in the second place, we ended up in the past. We ended up in the past, oh my god. We ended up in the past.
Sent you out into the past.
But give me a second. Do you know what? In 2018, water step.
Oh. Before the pandemic.
Yeah, before. And then Chloe used this magic ring, and she even cannot control it. we are calling it magic ring because it is time traveling ring.
Yeah, I talked to her when you were in trouble.
Cannot control it. She just get it the get hole mechanism like in two, and we ended up here, right now in quotes in quotes actual time and then space and what so forth, and in Aussie land, in Australia, and all kind of that stuff. It was the wildest mission I ever encountered in my career. I was like, oh my god.
But she had to take over because you were declared dead. Is that correct?
Yeah. If it is official now, it is official. Yeah.
Yeah. So then she contacted and she was trying to figure out what to do. I think she was hurt very badly.
Oh, give me a second. Yeah, she was too.
Yeah.
Too. So it wasn't so easy, even for her. It wasn't easy. Nope.
Yeah. And so and you can blame it on me, but I suggested that they go back to an earlier time to bring you back here.
No. I'm not blaming you. I am not blaming you.
Because I know that we need your help, Peter, and I know it's not your time yet. So,
I am not. Hey, please.
And the whole team.
I am not blaming you. I am just. Look, it is easy. If you travel to the future, nothing bad happened. But if you travel to the past, every single time it will have consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Consequences where the death of 30 people, and just by the way, in Czech Republic, in Prague, and they are not saying 30 but 20, 18 in the university, and only 2, quotes in quotes, only 2 in Klanovitz forest. And do you know what is Klanovitsky forest? And do you know what is crazy? That they still didn't say 10 another man in Klanovitsky forest. In Klanovitsky forest. Nobody is telling that. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why.
So, of course, it's not like you hurt these people. It's just that
no,
by
give
the
me,
time.
give me a second. I didn't. But
no,
it's
no,
like,
no, it's a time anomaly,
give me a second. It is like if you are doing this job for years, yeah, you are tough. But look, it is like you start to think if your life worth life of 30 people. You know what I mean?
Well, every decision that's being made in this effort to help humanity, any type of time travel is creating anomalies that are changing people's timelines.
Give me a second.
A lot of
Please,
things.
Let me correct you. I know it is impolite to interrupt you. Once again, if you go to the future, none of this, no negative consequences. Okay?
We've had many shooters just like the one in the Czech Republic, and those are other, I'm not saying it to you guys, but many people have been traveling.
Yeah, that's
trying to change the timelines, which everyone knows it's dangerous and it causes other problems, disrupts people's lives, and then makes us vulnerable to this other universe as well that's coming in to try to destroy us. So, but Peter, the amount of people that you'll be able to save by being here and helping us is maybe millions. So that was something that we had to consider.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm just saying, it is like, because especially we were one state, one country for 70 years in the first place, and in the second place we are brotherhood nations. It is not like I even cannot understand what was and what is going on with people in Balkan region in Yugoslavia, because they are like in this song Hot Blooded. Oh my God, they can get in argument so easy. It's so crazy. I don't know if you were there, but it's so weird.
Where is it?
What in Balkan, in former Yugoslavia.
No, because I think as far as we got was to Poland. We went to Poland and we went to Prague.
Yeah, but look, they are so crazy in this region.
Well,
they are so
heated. There's a lot of wars there. Yeah.
But some historians said to me that it is because all of them got different religion. Like some of them are Christians, but not Christians. Some of them are Catholics, and other of them are evangelics, and other of them, like, I don't know, got Eastern, do you know what I mean? And all kind of that stuff. And there are Muslims and all kind of that stuff, and so on and so on and so on. So they are, as I said, they are hot-blooded. Oh my God. It is pretty much like, I mean, Italians or people in Spain, and oh my God, I was there. It's so crazy.
Yeah, there's different temperaments in different parts of the world. Peter, this mission was related to you being ghost, right? And
pretty much I am officially the Joker, okay? And that's the problem. It was like, what? Peter Insider is a Joker? That means I am not a Joker, like having, let's say, making jokes from people. But that means I can be everyone what I want, pretty much. Yeah.
Peter, we have to get going. We have to get going.
No, sorry. I know. I was just like getting.
I have to check out. I have like 4 minutes.
No, sorry. I was just talking about so many of stuff, and I just want to say big thank you for getting me another opportunity to be on your channel. I want to say big thank you to all of our regular and maybe not so regular listeners. Stay safe, stay connected to the nature, and I'm already looking forward for next time. So till then, hold tight and bye-bye.
And thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate you being here. And please leave any comments and ideas and thoughts in the lower section. And we appreciate you. Happy New Year as well. And we'll continue to provide information for you. Have a good day.
You have been watching Disclosures. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Visit www.acio-official.org and www.readingsbyarael.com to book a private session with Jessica. Feel free to support our work. All links can be found in the description. Thank you, and until next time.